moving on to Tier 3. Start with Hunter as Suzuka West. And let's find out what kind of target distance I have. 184 meters behind Sylvia. Alright, negative numbers. In Hunter, always means bots are very well trained. Let's see what kind of head start Sylvia gets. It's gonna be 33 seconds. And what kind of distance does it translate to? About a kilometer. Alright. We are not quite gonna make it all the way to a kilometer lead though. Over the bridge, the first corner. So there, I didn't brake necessarily early. So braking power is good. It's just that you have to brake through fairly close to the apex. You cannot accelerate out of the corner too early. There we go. But it should hold through this big corner. And see Sylvia. So you can stay behind, hang back. $184, I think we got this in the bag. 177, I think is how I ended up. There we go. Relatively clean lap, right? All right, let's move on. Up next, speed record at Brands Hatch. My top speed 306 kph. Of course, you know, Indy circuit is not enough track to really push all the way to 306. Let's see what kind of target we have to hit. 262 and 262.9. All right. I guess we'll see how doable that's gonna be. But before that, since this is not really time-based event, we can check out the interior, check out the center console, passenger side view mirror. Pretty cool. All right, lots of buttons and a big old screen. And yeah, pretty clean on the other side though. Alright, so 260 something, 262.9. Is that about what it was? And of course that'll all have to take place at the end of the lap. And if we cannot pull it off because the car is too damaged, as in critical condition, then either we can turn around at the beginning and come back to this spot and just, you know, go past the finish line to set the record, or we might have to do that because it was 249, 5th place, obviously. Not enough. Nowhere near the podium here. 262.9. So next time I'm expecting jackknife would be on the top. Yep. So, but that's still 262 and change. So let's see what kind of top speed if we extend this passage here a little bit longer past that finish line. Since this car has difficulty turning at a high speed, we'll just pull all the way back here. Right, so we are pushed firmly against that barrier. I wish they would open up that barrier so we can go on the Grand Prix circuit. Anyway, let's try go flat out and find out what kind of speed we can get out of this Aventador SVJ when in critical condition. Well, enough to secure the first place. There we go. So that's how you can get around if you are not in the mood for bot training. Right. Either that or just service the car. That would be the other option. But this one, you know, we can pull it off. It's fine. All right. 263 and change, so wouldn't call that an overkill. Okay, so we just had to run it a couple of times, but that's a-okay. And that's good enough for the gold trophy number 2 in this tier 3. So let's wrap it up with the cup at Mazda Raceway. PR required 66.2. And yeah, 2 laps. And what is it? About that look like about 20 cars, 10 on each side. I think so. I don't think I think it's bigger than 16. It looked larger, but or maybe it is. Well, I guess we'll find out. 16th. Okay, never mind. There were less cars than I was anticipating. Alright, 13, 10th place, 9-8. Lots of blue Aventadors. I like that finish. Pretty cool. 4th place. Take the inside, that was very tight. Those tight spaces when you can come through clean, it's very satisfying, you know. This is what we end up with. I expect to see the speedometer turn orange when I get behind these other cars. Of course, I'm talking about drafting, but we know it's not in the rest of the game, unfortunately. Right. Okay, so took over the brioche for the lead. Nice and easy around the final bend, just kind of coast through. Let's see if we can defend my lead position, not for very long, but coming right back, reclaim the lead again. Alright, so bots seem to be behaving relatively well. I feel like the grid has been kind of spread wide. I see the second and third place, and maybe fourth place just a little bit. There you go. Alright, and then, ooh, there's been a shift in second place. We'll just try to limit it to the second place, skidding through the finish line. But still managed to win the race, which is important, as we need gold trophies for 100% completion. All right, so another some 3 minutes and change race. So of course this would be the last tier that we're going to be able to complete without gold. So coming up next, we'll have to shell out some gold. Right, 375 to be exact. So we'll see you in the tier 4. So stay tuned.